Welcome to PrinnyCast Binary Table, a caustic bi-monthly show where we yammer about what we've been up to during the holiday week and the various gaming-related stuff that isn't Black Friday related. We're your hosts. I'm Chris. This is Grover.
Hello.
And Edna's with us, demanding us to line up on a clothesline for the annual Prinny version of Carol of the Bells. She's out there tuning Mike and the test Prinny as we speak. So, boy, that song gets stuck in your head when it reverberates. Yeah. So, before we get up to what we've been playing this week, Grover's showed me a couple of things I wanted to share with you guys this week. One of them is called Space Engine, which is kind of hard to describe really, but it seems like a simulation-style game where you take a spacecraft and wander our actual galaxy, and they're trying to take it as scientific as possible. And they're trying to make it really legit, but really pretty too. But as far as a game is concerned, this reminds me of like Proteus or something like that, where you just wander and look at the stuff. There's no real actual game to it. But yeah, they've got over a quarter of it funded now, so you can go to ianSpaceEngine.org if you want to check that out. You can see the trailer running there in the background for a little bit before we get into what we've been talking about. And the other thing is lo and behold, Grover spotted that Paradigm was running a stream of city skylines.
Oh.
We got to see it in action.
Oh, yes, it was very enjoyable.
And they answered a lot of questions I would have had, too, so that's kind of nice. I didn't even have to say anything.
Mm-hmm. Me and Dizzy were doing enough on there already.
And it was strange to me, even though I'd seen the trailers and had that already answered for me, that they were taking all of the stuff that I thought they were going to be throwing out for the sake of making it run better than the SimCity 2013 version did. They've still got all the little people running around. They've still got the little cars. They were even showing them parking and filling up parking spaces. So all of that minute detail is still in the game, and yet somehow it's still running all the computations.
Mm-hmm.
And these cities are massive.
Yeah.
There was one suburb they were wandering around that was about the size of the entirety of the city you could do in SimCity 2013. So color me impressed.
Yeah, very impressed. And it has a lot of the things from SimCity 3000 and SimCity 4. And, they've got the simulation from SimCity 2013. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they do it right. That's all that matters, is that they do it right.
And they're talking about a lot of stuff that will be added on after launch. Now, these guys are, I think, the exact same team that are responsible for Cities in Motions, if I'm not mistaken.
They are.
So they're, as we talked about on the show before, they're already pretty used to how the traffic system should work. So Grover's biggest complaint about the SimCity series is probably going to be taken care of here.
Yeah.
But what, and I just completely derailed myself saying that. Man, woman, and child. Oh boy.
Notes are helpful.
Notes, yes. I just wrote Cities Skyline Stream down and nothing else. There we go.
It does look like, some people are like, well, it's the end of Maxis. And I'm like, Sims. It's never going to happen. Maxis won't live. But maybe it'll help Maxis back in the right direction, and Maxis needs competition when it comes to city simulation.
I think that has a lot to do with it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to do a multiplayer, big, expansive thing, and it was an interesting idea. I don't think it was a wrong approach. I just think they should have had the offline mode available. Because not all of us have good internet.
Yeah.
Not all of us want internet stuff. We don't want
that at all, ever.
Because that was the first thing I thought about it. What happens if you get somebody that makes some horrible dystopia city that's full of pollution and everything else? That affects the cities around it.
You build a 1 billion size city that has no police stations. Crime fills the entire region.
Yeah, that just looks like a Grafer's Paradise sort of thing. Not that a lot of Grafers would play SimCity, but...
Oh, you'd be surprised.
I guess they're in anything.
Yep, they will ruin anything and everything.
And so, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing some Clash of Clans. That's slowed down considerably now that I'm in the middle of the game. Things are taking days to get done now instead of hours. Like right now, I think I got my elixir things at Pump Elixir, and they're taking 3 days. So that's 3 days of me not building anything new.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got Code Simulator, and that game is just wacky, and I need to get back to it. I saw it on sale, and I was like, $5 for this game is worth it. I'll snatch it. So I did. And if you want to see me running around as the GOAT, it's on the channel. It's ridiculous. I might do another video for the MMO version of it, which it throws you into that immediately, but I left pretty soon afterwards. And all I remember is I went up to the table, and this lady was talking, and I knocked her over, and she kept talking, she was flailing around on the ground. And I was like, okay, I need to drop out of this and do the Let's Play of it.
I don't think it's very realistic.
That was good.
Oh, yes, there's so many things in that just had me cracking up. Then I played League of Legends, and I've been playing player versus computers because I'm scared to go back against other players in that game. I'm honestly scared to play that game a little bit still, just because it's different in that community. Like, people don't understand that the community of this game is that vicious, that even I'm just sitting there just like, I'm afraid I'm going to open the door and somebody's going to kick me in the nuts for just saying hi or something. That's the viciousness of that community.
You picked the wrong character. You're supposed to be in this lane.
You're supposed to be in this lane. You're not doing jungler right. Kill yourself. And yeah, that's League of Legends.
Yep.
And I played more Minecraft and just doing the Let's Play and messing around with my world and screwed up my world by the Ender Pump went crazy and started putting stone all over the water when I was trying to just get rid of the water. There's some sludge. I was just trying to get rid of the sludge. Instead, it made this 100 by 100 area of stone. I had to rip it all up with the quarry, and I was just like, what the hell just happened? So
must be alternate functions on that thing.
Mm-hmm, yeah, it's to prevent server lag, which is a really good idea, but I didn't expect it to do that. And then I saw that Thaumcraft is different. Again, this is the fourth time that I've had to relearn that entire damn mod. It's just like, my God, how many times have you changed this? And then I played Words with Friends. It's just a little Scrabble game with my cousins. And then on Thanksgiving Day, I also played some Infectionator 2, and I completely 100% into the first game. In this game, I think I had to stop because we had to go eat turkey. So yeah, that's
it's quite a bit bigger game than the first one.
Yes, it is, and it seems a little harder at times. Like you get to a runaway mode in the first one that you don't even collect coins anymore. You just send them off and it's annihilate everything. And this one, it doesn't work like that. Plus, you have to do the objectives, and that is about it.
Well, I've got my usual Tynan and Congregate. I've actually added a new game to the Congregate list. I shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. It's a card battle game, but it's extremely anime-inspired, and it is clicking that collector nerve, because every time you get 2 of a card, they combine to level up the card, and that's not something you usually see in these kind of games, so my collecting thing is on a blitz still. A little more Second Life. I wouldn't say I'm exactly playing it. I'm more watching Dana make her house some more, and I'm looking for deals. I haven't actually done a lot of character creation or anything like that, but I've done a little exploration, I guess.
Actually spent $1,000 yet?
I don't think so. We're frugal, thank goodness, because that game would eat our pocketbooks alive if we let it. Got a little bit of Minecraft in there. I had some weird trouble. Have they changed the server systems or something? Because there's not an update, but it's forcing me to sign in completely every time now, and it did not used to do that.
Yes, it requires you to do that now.
Which is a little obnoxious, because there for a moment I forgot my password, and that is not one of the passwords I have written down, and I thought, now I remember what it was.
Feed the Beast saves your password, so that's, I don't know what normal Minecraft doesn't, but Feed the Beast does, so it's just like, okay.
I guess they had some accounts get stolen or something, and they're trying to set up things.
That's what I think the problem was, or we're just doing it wrong, and somebody's like, this is how you're doing it, stupid people.
Well, there's this weird delay, too. Every time the game starts up and it shows the little Mojang thing, I get about 15-30 seconds of it acting like it's going to lock up and never come back out.
I do the same. It happens to me, too. I'm like, it does it for 3 minutes.
It may be longer than I'm thinking it is. I haven't sat there time, but I'm usually multitasking.
Long. It's just like, well, this Mojang screen used to be on for like a half second. Now it's on there for, I can go to the bathroom and come back and it might still be there.
And a couple of little games I was trying out. Tales from the Dragon Mountain, which is a cheaper version of one of those kind of, it's not the point and click adventure, it's more like the hidden object stuff, only this has even fewer puzzles. It's the most bacon. Ooh, I want bacon. The basic of these I've ever seen before. This is like an entry-level one. Also, Crouching Pony Hidden Dragon. This was one of those bundled things that I ended up with, and I saw somewhere that it was supposed to originally be a Neo Geo game, so I thought, okay, this might be kind of interesting. Like, I don't know, kind of like Ikari Warriors with ninjas, with some really stupid sense of humor, but it's got issues. I'll probably do a Prinny Plays on it if some of the artwork isn't too offensive, but, yeah. And Realms of Ancient War. I've been after that kind of Diablo clone knockoff thing for a long time. I think I mentioned this on the cast like a year and a half ago, and I took a long period of time where I stopped playing it, and I came back, and I don't remember the controls being that clunky. There was a lot of times to just sit there and just let themselves get hit while I'm banging away on the mouse. Hit something! So,
anything! I
don't know what happened there, which is weird, because now I got some really powerful stuff. I unlocked everything on my skills list, so anything I want, I can get. But, and as people probably have seen on the Prinny Plays by now, I played a little bit more Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, which is always fun for those Mario Kart style games. The problem is I wanted to make sure the Prinny Plays got done first, so I recorded that, and all the audio recorded, but none of the video did. For some odd reason, it only took like 2 minutes here, and then 2 minutes toward the end, and that was it. I have no idea. I've never had fraps out like that before. So I windowed it. Unfortunately, because it's an autosave game, there was stuff already unlocked, so by the time I got back through it the second time around, I forgot most of the jokes I'd used, and I beat myself up. Why didn't I just save the audio and insert it, edit it in? Nobody would probably even notice. But oh Oh, well. So there was some lost good jokes there. But I've been playing a little bit since then. I'm having a hard time playing anything above medium, though. Hard is just so brutal to me yet. But this is a new game to me, so I gotta get used to it.
I try to forget that Sonic ever existed because of what they've done to him.
But this is a good game. This is one of those games that's okay.
Oh, it's okay?
It's kind of like a race car version of Smash Brothers, where it's just Sega fanboyism all over the place. All the characters come from different Sega properties, with a few really oddball exceptions like Wreck-It Ralph and Danica. I forgot her name. It's the female NASCAR driver. And then they've also got the guys from Team Fortress in there. So they got some weird stuff thrown in there.
Huh?
But most of the characters are from, like, Billy Hatcher and Jet Grind Radio, or Jet Set Radio, as most people know it. Or some odd decisions, like the Total War series is in there. They've got a samurai and a... But anyway, they got some weird characters in there. And the stages are all based off of various games like Afterburner. I love that stage. My favorite is probably the Skies of Arcadia, with all the airships having the big battle over top of you. Panzer Dragoon, Samba de Amigo. Anyway, stop rambling. Hero Keeper. I love this concept. It is like an RTS where you don't actually control the characters. You're like the king that builds the buildings, and the guys automatically just wander around and do their little quests and stuff, and you set a flag and you can tell them to go there. But it has such an AI issue where it seems like any place your characters are not is where the enemy AI knows where to be, and there's nothing I can do to stop that. I can throw those reward flags, come on guys, get over here, all I want, and unless I have like $500 in the bank, they don't show up. So I keep getting obliterated randomly. The game itself is not hard, but like I said, I love the concept. I love being able to have this little city builder thing where I'm trying to... It's a little tiny indie game. It's not any major release, but I got it in one of those bundles again. I like my bundles. And the addendum would be that during last week, not this last week, but the week before that, I did actually play some BlazBlue. Did not mention that in the last cast. I got on the Xbox. I know it's crazy, but I actually got on a console and played some BlazBlue. I actually played a little bit of Red Dead Redemption, but I forgot where I was in it, so I only put like 5 minutes of wandering around shooting at snakes.
I have to admit that on Thanksgiving Day when I went over to my friend's house, I also played that Aliens Isolation game. The only problem, and I was getting into it, like, you know, Ripley's daughter and everything else. There was a kid, and the kid would not shut the hell up. So I couldn't get into it. I just finally quit playing. I was like, can't do this while there's a kid here.
Immersion lost.
It plays so much like a movie that I actually got into it. So I may, I don't know, get it and play it.
Yeah, it's on the PC too, I think. Pretty sure.
It'd be way better if it was on the PC, probably.
Because Sega does have a pretty good track record of putting most of their stuff on the PC. Matter of fact, the fact that they put Valkyria Chronicles on it recently has a lot of hope that they're going to continue that.
It's funny, somebody thought that they would ruin it for me. Somebody said the ending for the game, and somebody got mad. They're like, "No, Grover, no, you spoiled the ending." I was like, "Spoiled the ending? We know she doesn't find her mother, obviously, if you watch the damn movies." The goal of the movie is that you're trying to find the black box from the ship, and they found it. And, that's a good goal. And, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but that's the goal of the game. And I was just like, that's good enough for me. I mean, it kind of opened up the thing for the daughter. So what I really enjoyed was you're walking around on one of the mining ships, and it looks just like it did in Aliens, in the first Alien. So it's just like, this is awesome. I'm walking around in this ship.
Gotta love that attention to detail sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is probably going to have to be edited, so I don't keep the endings from being spoiled for everybody else.
Well, it says in the beginning you're looking for the black box.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave that part in. It's just the part where they ruined it for you. I'll probably have to edit around just a little bit so I don't... Yeah, but cool.
Well, it's not even really a spoiler.
That's why I was considering just leaving it, but I thought, there might be that one person.
That one person like, oh shit, blah, blah, blah. You mean that kid from Aliens 2 wasn't her daughter?
Yeah, that would...
Kill me now.
Yeah, I'm confused. Spoilers, everything that happens in Aliens 2 is ruined by Aliens 3 anyway, so...
Yeah.
Who cares?
Screw, dear God, if you go any further than that.
Yep, it starts turning into Resident Evil by then.
Yeah.
I guess that is more or less what we'll get into this week. No real topic. It's Thanksgiving week. We were talking about just taking the week off, and
yeah, I thought we were. I just had to ask, and
I was going to just kind of leave it, and if everybody felt like it, then we discuss it. But I've not heard a thing from Mike for a week, and I thought, you know what, he's probably not going to feel up to this, so I'll just talk to Grover later this evening, and if he's up for it, he's up for it. If he's not, But you ended up asking me before I even talked to you.
Yeah, I asked you first.
But we're not being absolutely lazy here. I know the shows themselves have been getting kind of shorter and less contenty and all that type of stuff, and there's just been a lot going on for all of us. And this is the time of year that we usually take off that little break in the middle of December, so there's probably only be 2 or 3 more shows before we get into that break. But lately, we've been kind of keeping the torch running, especially with Grover posting something at least every other day, but it's been pretty close to every day.
Yep.
And if I can help him out with more Prinny plays and stuff like that, get some more of those blooper shows that I've been definitely behind on. I was going to plan on doing those once a month, but yeah, the last one was probably August. I don't remember.
I mean, it kind of didn't help that I quit making videos completely for an entire year, and then I jumped channels. But hey, they'll find out eventually. And
neither of you guys have been writing reviews lately, so there's been no review stuff.
Yeah, I totally forgot about the reviews. I didn't even I just completely forgot about them.
And I stay completely out of the review stuff simply because I'm one of those people that sits so well on the fence. Part of that is indecisiveness. Yes, I'll admit that. But part of it is I can always see the hardship as it is to make a video game because I'm actually been in that process. And I also weigh that against, well, this is a game you're paying for. This is a game that's supposed to be compared to other games. You have to be critical about it. You can't always give them the benefit of this is a hard, career is not what I'm looking for.
It's hard to make these games. I used to use the mentality that I know it's hard, but you knew it was hard when you went into it, so I don't care. I'm gonna tear into it.
Now, when there's lazy, there's just plain lazy. And I hate the fact that Ubisoft is turning more and more into EA lately. That's what most of the game news story seems to be about lately, is just how bad Assassin's Creed Unity went over. You can follow us at Twitter at PrinnyCast, and you can contact us with email at PrinnyCast@gmail.com. And we will certainly, I think, perhaps, but maybe not, be back next time, not next week. Yeah, I like how I did that. That's classy.
See you next time.